Today, we're going to do a divine masculine check-in to find out what the masculine energies are going through and what energies they're embodying, and most importantly, what steps they're going to take towards union. So I'm a divine feminine. I've been on this journey for close to 5 years now, and I've been feeling a huge shift in the twin flame collective that I channel for. So let's get this reading started by asking who this reading is for. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aishwarya Sophia. I'm an energy healer, I'm an Akashic channel, and I'm a twin flame divine feminine. So lately I've been feeling called to pull messages for the counterpart collective, and if you're watching this, let's get started by asking who this message is for. Spirit, who is this video for? Spirit, what collective am I channeling this for? How will the people watching this know if this video is for them? Wow, we have the Phoenix card. So how you will know if this video is for you is if you've just gone through a death and rebirth and you've come out the other side feminine, where you've been feeling good about yourself, you've been feeling like, okay, I think I can do this. The journey looked very difficult there for a minute, but I feel like I've got this. So the feeling I'm getting that this message is for the collective that has gone through this death and rebirth process already. And it's for the divine feminines who've come out the other side looking good, feeling good, and who are feeling hopeful about their own future, right? Regardless of whether the masculine comes in or not, it's for the divine feminine that's sitting in their Empress energy and that's watching this video for confirmation, but not because you're desperate, not because you can't live without your masculine. It's none of those things. You're sitting in your Nine of Pentacles, Empress energy, Queen of Pentacles energy, and you're just looking for confirmation on where you're headed in this journey. If that sounds like you, let's get into the channeled message and let's check in on your divine masculine. Okay, Spirit, what energy is this divine masculine embodying, please? What energy is this divine masculine embodying? What energy is this collective of divine masculines that I am channeling for? What energy are they embodying? Okay. We have the butterfly, patience. So the divine masculines that I'm channeling for in this collective are going through their own death and rebirth. But if you know the tale of the phoenix and the process of the butterfly, they're very similar, right? Both have to be completely burnt down into ashes in the phoenix's case, and the butterfly completely dissolves in its cocoon. But even though the process of death and rebirth is the same, the way that it plays out is very different with a phoenix and with a butterfly. So with the feminine, you've just gone through a major rite of passage and you've come out the other side looking good, feeling great, rising like the phoenix. And with the masculine, what I'm getting is they're still in that process of being reborn, right? They're still in that cocoon waiting for their wings to form, for them to emerge as the butterfly. And this aligns very well with last week's reading, where I was like talking about how the actions of the feminine were affecting the masculine. So what's happening right now is this masculine is in this phase of patiently waiting. In this image, this girl has her eyes closed and there's this beautiful blue butterfly that's sitting on her third eye chakra. What this is telling me is this masculine already knows and understands that you are it, feminine. They already know that you are the end game for them. You're that long-term goal for them, right? But at the same time, they understand that now is not the right time and they need to wait a little longer till their wings have fully been formed for them to come to you. Because another card that I got just now is the whale, resonance. So what this is saying is this collective of divine masculines, they know and understand fully well that their divine feminine is the one for them. They resonate with them at a soul level. Their soul song matches is what I'm hearing. So this divine masculine is in the energy of sitting. And Spirit, what are these divine masculines doing when they're in their cocoon, being patient, understanding that the feminine is the one? What else are they doing? Spirit, what else are these divine masculines doing? Wow. We have the hawk perspective. So the divine masculines are not being passive, right? Because when I pulled the butterfly card, what I the first thing I thought of was, wow, the divine masculines are really just sitting in their cocoon, being passive, just waiting. No. The hawk card really confirms that the divine masculine is, while they're waiting patiently, they're really working on their inner world. They're working on changing their habits, their patterns, and most importantly, they're working on refining their perspective. The hawk is also very, very divine masculine energy. So the divine masculines are understanding their responsibility in this relationship. They're understanding that if they don't lead this relationship, that it's not going to go anywhere. They're understanding that their divine feminines, they're much too feminine to initiate anything, and that is how it should be. It is the divine masculine's role to initiate and the divine feminine's role to receive. And I want to clarify here that there are no genders. You can be a same-sex couple, you can be heterosexual, you can be anything, but these energies exist within each one of us. So having said that, the divine masculine that I'm tapping into completely understands that it is their duty, right? It is their soul contract to lead this relationship, and they're really refining their perspective on how exactly they can do this. And as they're doing this, divine feminine, I'm also tapping into the energy of a lot of sensuality. And I feel like your divine masculine is really thinking of you in a very, very loving way. That they're really, as they're refining their perspective of you, seeing your value, seeing your beauty, your grace, your worth, everything that you are in a more real way. And that's causing them to want to be physically close to you as well. It's causing them to want to hug you and cuddle you and just, give you these tender acts of physical touch that really affirm their love for you. And it's a very sweet and tender energy that's coming in. So this collective of masculine is laser focused on their feminine. They're really going deep within and understanding that this feminine is the one for me. Whatever I do, I have to do right by her. If not, I'm not going to be happy. That's what I'm hearing. So that's wonderful. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards, and I'm using one of my favorite decks, the Star Tarot. This is an epic deck. Like, just look at the symbolism. It's very rich in symbolism. So I'm going to use this deck to ask what lessons the masculine is going through. So Spirit, please come through and help me channel this message for this divine masculine collective. What lessons are they currently going through? Like, what is their biggest lesson that they're going through as part of their journey right now? Wow, we have the Hermit, and right away this is telling me it's the same thing as the butterfly card. They're in their cocoon. They have their beautiful snowy owl, which indicates, or it symbolizes, divine intervention, spiritual guides, and most importantly, their own intuition. They're trying to spend as much time as they can outdoors in nature trying to figure this out. But masculines in this collective are definitely hermiting, because we have more than just one card alluding to that fact. But Spirit, please clarify the Hermit. What lessons are these masculines learning as they sit in this Hermit energy, please? We have Strength. Wow. And as soon as I pulled this card, this woman stood out to me. So this collective of masculines, as they're in hermit mode, are really looking deep into their heart and realizing that there's only place for this feminine. There's only place for you in their heart. And in realizing that, they're realizing that they need a lot of strength to become the masculine that you need them to be. And that is really what this twin flame journey is about, right? It's about the masculine, feminine triggering each other to become the best versions of themselves. And with that, when I asked what lessons are the masculines going through, we have the Tower. So we have all three major arcana for what lessons the masculine is going through. And what this tells me is that they have been going through tower moment over tower moment to release everything that is not aligned with you and them. Because what's happening is they're isolating right now, and if they're not physically isolated, then it's emotional isolation, but they feel isolated. And in their isolation, either they've put themselves in it, or it's a forced isolation imposed by them, imposed on them by the universe. Regardless, this collective of masculine is in isolation. They're realizing in their isolation that you are it for them, right? You are their queen, you're their empress. And they're realizing that they have to put in the work to really call you in, and they're embodying that strength. And in this decision to embody the strength that it takes to become the masculine you need, they're going through tower moments to release what no longer serves them. So let's dig into this a little more and ask Spirit, what lessons are they learning? Like, what are these tower moments related to? Spirit, wow. We have the Empress and the Ten of Swords. This is amazing because the tower moments that the masculines are going through relates to you, their Empress. And this is really telling me, again, the Empress here is embodying the butterfly. So it ties back to the very first card we received. As the masculines sit in their cocoons, as they go through the tower moments, the death and rebirth, the realization that you are it, they're also going through this lesson of deep regret and sadness. The Ten of Swords, right? Feeling very betrayed by themselves that they lost you. Feeling deep regret that they treated you this way. So the lessons, the tower moments that they're going through is helping them see you, their Empress, in a new light. And as they're realizing that maybe in certain situations they shouldn't have been so harsh. Maybe they should have been more tender and loving with you. Maybe they shouldn't have snapped at you. Maybe they should have had their anger in check. Maybe they shouldn't have betrayed you. They shouldn't have lied to you. Whatever it is in your case, whatever the masculine did wrong, their mistakes are being absolutely amplified and magnified to them. Their mistakes as it pertains to how they conducted themselves in the relationship when you both were together is really being made very clear to them by the universe. And they're sitting in deep sadness and regret that they treated you that way. But the good thing is that in their cocoon, as they sit in this regret, they're realizing that it's not a death sentence, that it's not permanent, and they're realizing there is something that they can do to get you back. And all they have to do is just embody that divine masculine energy and really show up, and they're connecting the dots. Okay, so I want to ask, how is this divine masculine viewing this feminine in my collective right now? How are these divine masculines viewing their feminines? Wow, we have a couple jumping cards. We have the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So your divine masculine is really viewing you as someone who is fully self-sufficient and independent. They're viewing you as someone who is so sure of themselves, someone who is so just in their element doing their thing, someone who doesn't really need anyone, you know, like a completely self-sufficient embodied Empress who's independent, who has her own financial stability. That's how they view you, and this is causing them to really come through and tell you the truth, right? How they view you is causing them to want to come and approach you and tell you the truth, because the King of Swords is that king that really communicates the truth, and they're very keen and discerning. So all of these things that the masculine is being shown, they're absorbing all of it and they're understanding it, where in the past they may have thought, oh, this feminine is too much, she's too spiritual, she's too woo-woo. Now they're understanding, no, wait, she's actually fucking perfect. So that's great. What else is the masculine realizing as it pertains to this feminine spirit, please? What else is this masculine realizing as it pertains to this feminine? We have two cards. Wow, we have the Three of Swords and Five of Cups. And both of these cards really talk about heartbreak and being left out in the cold, right? So they're realizing that this breakup really affected them on a deeper level than they realized, because what I'm getting is this collective I'm channeling for, you have been together with your masculine and you're in separation right now. And this is for most of the people viewing this video, you're in no contact or low contact and in separation. So during this phase, they're realizing the deepest epiphany that they're having is that having you in their life makes their lives better than they have imagined. losing you has caused this kind of gaping hole in their heart, right? That they really can't get over. They thought that, okay, how bad can this be? I'm not really such an emotional guy. I'll get over my feminine in a couple months and I can move on like it never happened. But that's not happening. They're realizing that this wound is going to be open for life. If they don't set things right with you, their heart is never going to heal. And they're realizing that. And that is big. Because the thing with masculine energy is, you know how we all say, oh, if he wanted to, he would. Yes, but before that, they have to have the realization of why they should be doing something. Because masculines are very driven by purpose. They're very focused on purpose, right? On provision, on protection. So if it doesn't make sense to them, they're not going to do it. So what's happening right now is this whole twin flame journey is making sense to them. They're realizing that without you, that wound in their heart will always be there. And they're going to do something about it because they've had the realization that this is no good. This doesn't feel good. This boo-boo in my heart doesn't feel good, is what I'm hearing. So I think that the masculines are realizing at the most fundamental level that they don't want to do life without you. And this is not the first time I've channeled this exact message, right? In a couple of my previous readings, it's the same thing that came through. The masculines are realizing, I don't want to do this life without feminine. As difficult as it is to rise to the occasion of being a divine masculine, it's even harder to just sit down and do nothing and watch her walk away. So this group of masculines is really standing in that energy of, oh wow, we have the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. So they're really sitting in that energy of anxiety, knowing that without you, without this 4 of Wands, that it's not going to hit their lives, are not going to feel the same, right? So their next actions and what they're really thinking about doing is they're really having sleepless nights thinking about how to initiate this 4 of Wands. How do I even get started with this dream life that I want with feminine? How do I get started with approaching them, right? So they're thinking about what they should do. What is the first step? Like, it's like I hear them thinking to themselves, talking to their higher selves or to the divine and saying, okay, so I've decided that I want to go towards this feminine, but where do I even start? I have messed up so badly. Where do I even start? So they're thinking about actions and possibly what actions would make you happy, because I do get that they're very heavily focused on pleasing you, on making you happy. So let's ask about their next actions, because I feel like that is a very appropriate question to ask, given that we received that the masculines are thinking of how they can ground your union. So what are their potential next actions? Spirit, please tell us in the next, from whenever this collective views this video, what are the masculine's actions in the coming 4 to 8 weeks, please? In the coming foreseeable future, what actions are these masculines going to take towards their feminines? We have Temperance. We have the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So the next actions that this masculine is planning to take, first of all, is they realize that they need to heal themselves. They need to be in complete balance, and they've made a choice with the 2 of Swords to heal themselves. They've made a choice to look within. I'm getting that this collective of masculines was a little bit resistant to doing the internal work. They were a little bit resistant to look within. And the 7 of Swords talks about deception. So I feel like this group of masculines was really deceiving themselves and telling themselves, I have nothing to heal. I'm okay. I've gotten over it. Because I know most of you watching this will resonate with this, that divine masculines have very difficult lives. 9 times out of 10, they have very hard lives where they've gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, a lot of disappointment, betrayal, backstabbing, you name it, right? Masculines have a very difficult journey. And once they go through that journey, because they are so strong, they don't realize sometimes, they fool themselves that they don't have childhood trauma. And I know that a lot of masculines say this, oh, I'm fine, I don't think I have any childhood trauma, but they do. And they've realized now that they've been fooling themselves, and they've decided to put in the work. So that is their next action, to put in the work. But I want to ask more specifically, Spirit, what is the next action that this masculine is likely to take towards the feminine? Wow, the Fool card literally flew out. So this masculine has decided to work on themselves and balance themselves to become the person that they need to be with you. And they've decided to initiate a new beginning with you while they're at it. Because the Fool card is a major arcana. So it talks about this major leap of faith that this masculine collective is about to undertake. And can we have a little bit more clarity, Spirit, on what this new... Wow. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Chariot, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So what this means is this masculine has decided to take that leap of faith and move towards you to offer you this stable new beginning of love, right? It's very clear. I mean, these cards really speak for themselves. Like, look at the coloring on these cards, and especially the Two of Cups that's standing out. This masculine's heart is open, feminine. Whatever work you've been doing on yourself, like I spoke about in my previous video, it's really been affecting this masculine. So they have decided to take this leap of faith towards you with the Fool and the Chariot and to offer you this stable and committed love. So the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles with the Two of Cups is a beautiful combination because it talks about a love that is not only grounded with the Ace of Pentacles, but it's very fun and romantic with the Two of Cups. So it's a very deeply grounded love that they want to offer you. And I really feel like the masculines are really on track. They're really doing what they're supposed to be doing. And we all know that sometimes masculines lose their track in life and then they start engaging in things that they shouldn't be engaging in, either with karmic energies or whatever else, right? I'm not getting any karmic energies around this masculine collective that I'm channeling for, but karmic energies could be like substances they're addicted to, habits that are not good for them. It's not just people, right? So I feel like the masculines have realized that all of those habits didn't serve them and that they really want to do right by the feminine and they want to offer you this new beginning. And like I said, this is something that I'm channeling for the foreseeable future, for the next 4 to 8 weeks. So I do feel like there's going to be movement in this connection in the coming 4 to 8 weeks. And I really feel like whatever you're doing, feminine, continue doing it. So I want to get one last card of advice for the feminines to ask what we should continue doing to really hold the masculine in this energy, right? Because what we do directly affects them whether we realize it or not. So Spirit, what can the feminine do to really keep the masculine on this path, right? We have the Waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. So feminine, this directly alludes to continuing to stay in your Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Empress energy, right? Claim your worth, take your seat at the table, be comfortable taking up space and just be you. Stop worrying about what other people think. Stop worrying about what society thinks about you. No one is in your place, feminine, and this is especially relevant for those feminines where there's some kind of societal norm that you're breaking by being with your masculine. Maybe you're the same gender, maybe you're of different races, different religions, different ethnic backgrounds, different socioeconomic statuses. Whatever that may be, stand strong in your love for your masculine and be bold, divine feminine. Claim your place at the table, take up space, and don't be afraid to really be yourself. Because circling back to the reading, we saw that you being in that Nine of Pentacles energy, that Empress energy, is what's calling your masculine in. So continue staying in that energy. I hope this reading resonated and it was helpful. If you feel called to work one-on-one with me on your life's purpose, on your own healing journey, your childhood trauma, any other kind of trauma that you feel like you want to work with me on, check out my website. I'll leave the link in the description box below. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would like me to pull on. I'm planning to start posting videos a little bit more frequently, so give me some video ideas if you have any. Consider liking this video because that helps this video reach other people like yourself. And thank you so much for being here, Divine Feminine. I will see you in my next one. Namaste.